Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way. The content, it never strays from positive and uplifting. Once a week, the scope gifted. With the presence of your eyes, what a distraction. Beautiful to soul, especially in action. This year, not ration. Came in abundance. Films like in Sundance. Tech like the pop art. Tachi Queen, you are Curtis, a beast heart. You must carry, cause MCs they all vary. And seldom do they motivate. World full of hate. We serve the hope on a plate across different platforms. Let's hear a buffet, hydration like Boucher. Don't focus on a day, we always here for you. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settled in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, now your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Now you award winner with no award tours. This culture meets the art. Podcast with the heart and essence of the growth. The power's in the people. Without you, we ain't equal. What we lack is ego. We're back now, so here we go. Run the show like Arsenio. Episodic, our rituals, minds change through visual. Representation of our nation and its differences. Some explanation of our uniqueness and innocence. Mass media's intention is to desensitize. We raise the wise and knowledge is power. Without it, we turn coward and proud of a known product. Like we could take it with us. I wish the greats were still alive and here with us, but it is what it is. We're left here to share our gift, and that's precisely what we'll do with it. Shape shift and fluidly, we can pass this test and still in our unity, elevating through stress. Yes, MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. MediaScope when you emotionally broke. Settle in our knowledge and conversations, go make them yours. What we run is Olympic, not your hands on the torch. Take it easy like Sundays on the porch. Yeah. It's up to you. You got the torch now. MediaScope. We here for you, and you. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah. Tech, pop, music. We got it all. Yeah. Tech, pop, music.
Welcome, everyone, to the livest media, tech, and pop culture party in the land, in the world, in the universe, in the galaxy. There's only one, because I think I'm the only one that meshes everything together. But no need for explanation. This is MediaScope. We talk all about media, tech, and pop culture every week right here on all these platforms, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for joining us today. Who am I, you ask? Well, thank you. I'm glad you asked. My name is Tachi. I'm a media professor, filmmaker, media content producer. I'm also a journalist, and this is the meeting of the minds. We come to talk the latest of what's happening, but guess what? It's besides you guys and besides me, there's somebody else behind the scene running things. The title that I have right here, he does that. He would be a one MC Curtis. MC, what's going on?
Ain't not much. What's going on with you?
Not much. 6 years and 1 week, huh?
It has been. We were just saying that right before we get started. We're like coming on like at, kind of like we've been knowing each other, been working together for so long. We come on like 5 minutes before the show starts.
I know, right? Thank you for letting all the secrets out. Sometimes you just got to come on and act like you have it together, but you have shown the world we don't. Thank you, sir. No soup for you.
We actually do have it together, so that's why I think we have that luxury, which is kind of like an old musical band or something like that,
like an old shoe.
Like a music band or something like that. Guys playing at a hotel or something. They don't even practice anymore.
Where you dance? Okay, I get it.
No, I
You
don't
got
know.
a new gig, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like
No, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah, when you've been doing something for such a long time, it's like clockwork. So I 100% get it. Look who's here that's throwing up the peace sign. That would be Jawaru Gambian. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being here. And also says, Brother MC Curtis.
Hey.
Brother with a V. Hey.
I like that name.
So,
Charu.
Brother
No.
Jawaru.
Yeah, Jawaru. I can't even say it, but that's kind of like an actor's name. A cool name.
He's been watching for years, and you're just saying
I know.
something now.
I know, but I just maybe found this opportunity. Was an opportunity before.
Oh, okay. If you say so, sir. If you say so. Well, welcome to everybody who is watching and or listening. If you are watching on LinkedIn, we're happy to have you. Thanks for being here. If you're watching us on YouTube, what's going on the YouTube side? We're happy to have you. Thank you for being here. If you're a Facebooker, hey, what's going on? You may be listening to us on WJMSradio.com. And yeah, you can listen. So no excuse. And those of you in the Bahamas on Gospel 107.1 FM, blessings.
I was waiting for that one.
You can't say anything else but blessings to them. Everybody else, you can say whatever, but to them, blessings.
Right.
And look who is here. My CQ sister Tish is joining here. Hello. She's a CQ sister, but she's also a Divine 9, a D9 sister. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. She's part of Finer Womanhood. Good to have you, my dear. Yes, fantastic. Well, there's a lot going on in the world of media. A whole lot going on. I don't even know that we're going to get through everything today. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was saying one story in particular, but I'll let you share it though.
You can't wait.
I can't.
You just can't wait. You're like itching. Like it's like you know when when you were little, you were probably the one of is the cookies cool yet? Is it done yet? Because you can't wait. No, they're not. If you don't wait, they will fall apart. You will burn yourself. But you couldn't wait.
Yeah.
This cookie monster couldn't wait. So yes, it will be coming soon enough. Good to have you. She throws up the blue and white hearts. Well, thank you so much for being here. She also says, hello, all. Well, hello to you. It is amazing to have you there. Last week was amazing, was it not?
It was. I mean, it was a great turnout and just a lot of supporters and just, it was awesome.
It was quite a show. It was absolutely amazing. So shout out again to everybody who came on. Tish was one of them. Jawaru Gambian was one of them. We have a bunch of people here. Shout out to everybody who watched because you all are absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for being here. All right. You know what? Let's get to it. Could I have the intro for media, please? All right. Well, we have a lot going on in the world of media. I can't even begin to tell you when and where. Oh, but before we start, Tish Roach says that last week was awesome. It absolutely was. I'm still on a high. You know, my mother watched it and she watched it twice. That's how much she enjoyed it.
Cool.
So, yeah. I was like, my sister's like, she's watching it again. I was like, watching what? She was like, the show. I was like, oh, okay. Well, she loved it. So,
Mama Egwu watched it.
What did you call her?
Mama Egwu.
Okay, well, I'll you're like, I'm going to rethink that one. So Serena Wills is here, the queen of food truckery and the minister of libation. She, as you can see, the food truck is here. She says, hello, everyone, beep, beep. You've got your salad. You've got your burgers. You've got bacon. No, that's hot dogs. You've also got tacos because it's Taco Wednesday. You've got burritos if you want those instead. You can have a salad and keep it healthy. And she also has some mixed drink, some drink with an umbrella in it, some sort of Mai Tai or something in it.
I love Mai Tai.
You don't sound excited, MC.
I do. I love Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mai Tais are one of my favorites.
Oh boy, I bet they are. Well, can you stave off the Mai Tais for a minute till we get done and leave some for other people? Is that possible?
Yeah,
I
that
don't
one
know if that's asking too much.
that one story might bring me the cocktails.
Drive you to
Yeah,
drive you to the Mai Tai.
yeah.
The Queen of Food Truckery is certainly here, and you definitely are. You need to get you a T-shirt that says Queen of Food Truckery. Tish was
Cool.
my mother was not the only one who watched it again. Tish watched it again too. It was great, and shout out again to Wabiri, who gave 2 great performances. Oh, look who is here. Terry Crook.
Hey.
It's only halftime. You are still in the game.
What's up, Terry?
Oh, look, my my earpiece conked out because I'm hearing you through the computer now. So give me a second so that I can reconnect it. What the heck is going on here? I tried. Maybe I think it's just conked out. So hold on. No. Let's do this. And then we're going to try and get to it. Folks, this happens sometimes. All right, come on. Let's connect. Let's connect. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I hear you, damn it. I'm not you, damn it. I just don't want it to echo through the speakers. So give me a second. I'm going to have to go back to old school. I don't know why this conked out, but it did. So he's like, I'm here. I wasn't talking to you. Not you, monsieur. So we're going to go old school. And give me a second. But that's why it pays, ladies and gentlemen, to keep stuff right by you. So just in case you go, okay, wait, it's this way. All right. All right. Can you hear me, MC?
I can.
All right. And I hear you too. Looking with this old school stuff. Darn you. Anyway, here we go. And I have another pair of wireless ones too, but those should be good. I don't know why they conked out. Anyway, here we go. Terry Crook says she is so glad to be here. We're so glad to have you here. Serena Wills, what's up? She says last week was amazing. Wasn't it? It was just, I was on a definite high. It was great. Jawaru Gambian is ordering a chicken taco. Serena, get on that one. Definitely. And Terry Crook says, hey, everyone. She says hi to everyone. Hi to you too, Terry Crook. We're so happy to have you all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Also, Serena Lowe is from Atlanta, Georgia as well. Serena Will says, hey there, Soro Terry. Hello. We have both Serenas in the house. Look who's here. Terry Johnson has come with her. She is the assistant food truckist, assistant queen of food truckery. She has come with the bacon wrapped shrimp and champagne as she always does. And we love you and appreciate you for that. Fantastic. All right, let's do this. And so glad to be here. All right, let's do this. Let's go with story 1. Could I have the first picture, please? First photo, please. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what I have done to offend the gods. That this is not my life. I am sincerely sorry. I don't know if you need me to burn offerings or what, but I'm sorry for whatever I did in a past life. That this is not me.
She must be making goo gobs of money.
Oh, monsieur, it's beyond goo gobs of money. Monsieur, please listen. Mon frère, please listen. All right. Rihanna said in one of her more popular songs, you better have my money. Well, she got her money. She is now a billionaire. She is worth 1.7 billion with a B, according to Forbes. Forbes is reporting this. This makes her the second wealthiest female entertainer after who? Can you guess who?
Beyonce?
No. Surprisingly enough, no. Anybody want to take a guess?
No.
You don't know. All right. Now, I know there's a little bit of a delay, but I'll just tell you so we don't wait too long. Oprah.
Oh, my goodness. I was going to say that. That
No,
came to
you
mind.
weren't. No, you
No, I
won't.
actually was, but you said entertainer though. I don't see Oprah as an entertainer.
She is. She's an entertainer, but she is.
I mean,
Oh,
she
she is
is,
in
but
entertainment.
I was thinking more like a singer. That's why.
Have another Mai Tai, MC.
Yeah. I might.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead. You deserve one.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God. Oh, so anyway, she is now the second wealthiest woman entertainer, second only to Oprah Winfrey. She is worth $1.7 billion. I started talking about this a little bit, and we had a good conversation on IG, but let's talk about it here, folks. She's only 33 years old. Good for you. Good
Right.
for you. So she is super young. She has a whole bunch of time. But the thing that I like is that she's also done super good with what she's done. So she's also very philanthropic. She understands the assignment that to whom much is given, much is required. So all I could do was hands up, for that. Big up to you for that. So she's sold over $250 million, records globally. Her makeup brand is actually what pushed her into the Billionaires Club. So Fenty Beauty launched in 2017. And the thing that really did it for her and Fenty is inclusivity. It's the same thing with her lingerie line, which is Savage times Fenty. Both are about inclusivity. While some of these other brands, it's not that they necessarily intended to be exclusive. They just have too much of toilet paper rolls in front of their face that they can't see anything else. Right? Remember you used to take paper towel rolls or whatever and do that's exactly what they're doing. So they have these damn paper towel rolls or toilet paper rolls over their eyes, and they don't see anything outside of that. And so for them, the default is non-melanated. Rihanna has flipped the script, and this was her mission, to make sure that everyone felt included in everything that she did. With Savage by Fenty, it's size inclusive as well, because their direct competition is Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret is not very size inclusive, or hasn't been until recently, until they saw that Rihanna was bringing the heat. Then they started to want to, which is too late now. You should have been including all sizes. You should have been including all ethnicities, and she's really made a big deal of having the rainbow. And when I say rainbow, I'm not just talking about color. I'm talking about the gamut of sizes and experiences and backgrounds again. So she is the queen of inclusivity when it comes to lingerie and when it comes to makeup. A lot of people on IG were saying they were really into her lip glosses. I understand they're really good. I have not tried them yet. I need to try some new lip glosses. So I think I will be maybe indulging in her line and seeing. I'll take a trip to Sephora and see. So this is great to see. So here's the thing about her makeup brand. She's got more than 50 shades of foundation. Now, Curtis, I know you don't wear foundation, so you may not get it, or anybody who doesn't wear makeup. But if we're talking about back in the day for women of color, particularly Black women, this meant you mixing your own foundations to find something that matched you. And forget about it if you were darker than a brown paper bag. You might as well hang it up. You better keep your skin clear because there was no foundation for you. Go ahead.
I got a question. Why in the heck is it so difficult for companies to get this? This sounds so simple.
It's very simple, but we are not the default. Let's be clear. Our experiences are not the default, and it is always the burden of making people aware of who we are always falls on us. It's never they said, let's go ahead and include everybody. We're always the ones that have to fight. I was livid a few years ago. When was it? 2000... It was probably 2006. No, I was still teaching at my university. So about 2014 or 2015, I went to, my friend Arian, right? She's been on the show before.
Right.
Her son graduated from high school. And so I went to the high school graduation. I was in the room when her son was born. So, we go way back. So I went to the high school graduation. I forgot my foundation. I don't know how I did. But I forgot it. So I said, all right, there's a Target walking distance. We're going to walk to Target and go get it. I went. They had nothing for me. Nothing. I was livid. The fact that now she does live outside of the city of Detroit. So I would have had to go into the city of Detroit to get something that matched me. You're telling me I have to go to Detroit when she's outside, she's in a suburb of Detroit. I can't find anything out here. I was too busy trying to find something to complain, but I'm the first one to complain if I don't see. I came in here to buy something and I can't find anything.
Right.
In that year in 2015 or 14, nothing. You've got to be kidding me. And so she saw this and saw that she is not reflected and a lot of people are not reflected, and they decide to do something about it. So there are more inclusive brands now. But, even as late as 2015, you're talking about going someplace outside of the suburbs of Detroit and not being able to find Detroit.
Right.
Detroit. I'm not talking about some place in middle America. Detroit.
So that's interesting in itself. So because at least some of these major companies, their go at trying to make some kind of diverse, at least diversity in their makeup and their clothing line. Even in that, it was only pertaining to certain markets. So anything outside of that particular market, like you said, you would have to go to Detroit or some major city to find
exactly
that would work
exactly. And it's not like it was in the middle of Michigan. It's right outside of Detroit. It's a suburb of Detroit, which means some of that spillover should be there. But the point is, the burden always falls on us to say, hey, you don't have, why aren't your buyers doing things like that? I shouldn't have to tell you, if you're a buyer worth your weight in salt, you should be doing this. This means you need to get your money back for wherever you're trained because you have failed miserably.
That was just like Wakanda. They thought we didn't go to the movies.
I don't know where that came from, but yes, we have, I think the thing is what happened? Say again.
No, I was saying it's the same thing though.
It is very much the same thing. I think they underestimate the power of people's dollars. They definitely underestimate the power of the black dollar. And it's not just the black dollar. They underestimate the power of dollars in general. And I'm like, you're spending all this time marketing to people who are probably not going to buy anyway, and you're missing this whole other market. But that has opened up the market for people like Rihanna, for makeup companies like Juvia's Place, Mented, etc. When you are too busy with those paper towel things over your eyes and you don't see, that's fine. Somebody else will come and take your place. Not a problem. We're not going to beg. I'm just saying. Let's take some comments before I go on with this. So Jawaru Gambian says, aren't the Olsen twins billionaires? I don't know that. I think they're multi-millionaires. Billionaire status is, and it changes. If you notice, she's in the low end of the billionaire status, right? 1.7 she's worth. If she spends 7 and then 1, she's no longer a billionaire, right?
Right.
Sometimes all you need is to spend $1 and that ends it. So she's on the low end of the spectrum in terms of billionairedom. She's there. But when you compare her money to what's his name? Amazonia. Bezos, yes, Amazonia. Yeah, Bezos. You compare money to Bezos, to Elon Musk. She's they're touching the $1 trillion to what's his name from Apple, touching the Apple as a company, they're touching the $1 trillion status, right? So she's still, if she spends too much or something, she will be no longer a billionaire. So that's what we're talking about here. So I think they're multimillionaires. The Olsen twins are multimillionaires, not billionaires. Serena Will says, go ahead, Rihanna. I say the same thing. Glow is here. Gloria Miller, what's up? She is clapping and saying hello. And she says, I need Rihanna money again.
Can I get a loan, Rihanna?
Or do I need to appeal to the God of Thunder? I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done to offend, but I am profusely sorry. I am very sorry for whatever I did in a past life. I'm telling you, I'm very, very sorry. I respect you and I respect your power. I'm very sorry. So The red rouge blush lipstick was never meant for us, but look how many use it. Well, I don't think that you could say that, because I think a lot of us will kill a red lipstick, a red lip. For that matter, it wasn't necessarily made for anyone, because whose lips are really red? I think that makeup was intended to enhance and accentuate natural features. So there's this thing about red, the cherryness of lips and blush, which is not really, the thing. I mean, in a sense, so you're right, but whose lips are really red for real? So whatever, we've taken it and we've owned it. Wear what looks good on you. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Wear what you feel looks good on you and what you feel comfortable in, right? All right, and let's see. I know ASAP Rocky is not leaving her now. Who is she leaving him, though? Anyway, let's keep going. Also, cheers to Rihanna. Champagne special on the food truck, half off. All right, go get your half off glass. It's not a bottle, MC, so calm it down. It's a half off of a glass of champagne.
Oh, I was about to say.
We have to clarify that for MC, because he'll think it's the bottle. He'll think it's the entire bottle, and it is not. Tish Roach is putting up money bags. I say that. Terry Crook has Taylor Swift. Yeah, Taylor Swift again. Taylor Swift, I don't think is billionaire dumb. I think she is multi-millionaire dumb. So remember, Forbes is the one that keeps track of all of this, and they're the ones who deem it. So they're not there yet. They're not there yet. And if you think about it, Taylor Swift wealth is still based. Okay, see, this is what, and I explained this on Instagram. Taylor Swift and some of these others that we think are, close to, they're probably close to being billionaires, but their money is made off of active wealth, meaning they have to go out and tour or sing or whatever the case may be in order to make money. This is passive. Rihanna could go to sleep and she wakes up and, I'm sorry, I made another million.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm a billionaire. She went to bed, the night before and woke up to discover she was a billionaire, right? This is based completely off of the sales of, it's not her albums. Now, she's made money off of her albums, but what has catapulted her is the fact that she has some form of passive income that has catapulted her to this level. And that's what you have to have. It is not just about what you do. It can't be, and I'm talking to myself too. I said this on IG. It can't just be about you going to work and making this, and then this is what you get. That adds to your wealth, but that's not it. It's you have a book, you have products, you have something else that is selling in your sleep. That's what we're talking about. Go ahead.
You know what I feel like? I feel like in the movie, what is it? What's that movie with Eddie Murphy? Your favorite movie?
My favorite? Oh, Coming to America.
Yeah. Remember, I don't know if you remember the part where he says, why does every time someone mentioned Muhammad Ali, white people mention Rocky?
I do remember that part. Remember that part. Yeah.
This is what this conversation sounds like. They mention a rich black woman who's wealthy, and everybody.
Somebody says Rocky.
Rocky Balboa.
Oh dear. You know what? You have a point, sir. You have a point, sir. So what we're not, as they like to say in the South and here in South Florida, what we're not finna do is do that.
Right.
Okay. We're not finna do that today. So absolutely. So no. They're multimillionaires, but they have not reached billionaire status. Oh, Tay-Tay is here. Hey, Tay-Tay. She says, I love this show so much. I'm so glad. We love you for being here. You know what? Let me take this opportunity to tell you who I am then. For those of you who are just joining or you've never seen me before, why? But welcome into the fold. I'm Tachi, media professor, filmmaker, media content producer. I'm also a journalist. This is MediaScope, where we talk all about media, tech, and pop culture with a side of fun and foolishness. Always fun and foolishness. It's not just me. It's not just you. It's MC Curtis. What's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah, what's happening? All right. Serena Wills says the Victoria's Secret in one of our malls went out of business. Okay, so let's talk about that. I know we're staying on this for a long time, but I am really profusely interested in this. Victoria's Secret was all about exclusivity. When you looked at the Victoria's Secret shows, first of all, the ratings for the shows, it was televised, the ratings have been going down year over year. They thought they were it. Oh, everybody wants a Victoria's Secret show. Everybody wants to be but what was happening is you are telling a whole battalion of women that they don't matter and their needs don't matter.
It's a battalion, huh?
A battalion. You are telling a whole squadron, a whole battalion, a trailer load, donkeys amounts of women that they don't matter and nor do their needs.
Absolutely.
So they very politely told you to take the number. They said, all aboard the number 6 train to hell, now boarding on platform number 5. And they told you to get on it. That's exactly what they did.
Right.
So you can't be mad. So the Victoria's Secrets, definitely, they have seen losses, huge losses, because they are not inclusive. Most women do not look like Victoria's Secret models. I'm sorry to tell you. In fact, this is, the whole thing that people have had with the fashion industry and forever. The fact that the fashion industry only displays a tiny percentage of what the population looks like. Even those that are models, a lot of them either are naturally like that or they have to work very hard to maintain that.
Or they're starving.
That's what I mean by working hard to maintain that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I'll have 2 grains of rice, please. No, not 3. That's too much. Just 2.
Right.
No, half of a stalk of broccoli. No. Cut. Can you cut that in half, please? Okay, thank you. No sauce, no salt, no flavor. Thank you. So very few people can. That's not achievable. But the industry has told us, and media has told us that this is desirable. Not that it's attainable, but it's desirable. And here's the thing. Then you have a whole industry of fitness, of dieting, right? Of everything that then sees this and tells you, oh, well, this is how it is attainable. Even if it's not attainable for the average person, they're selling you products so that it can be attainable. Let's not go to the church of media now, but I'm just letting you know. Here's my church fan.
Well, also, Tachi, I think it's also important that now you have a new authority in this space now.
Because
when you're coming out with something that's representing so many different types of women, body shapes, colors, makeup wise, fashion, you're now representing yourself as an authority in this space, or your brand is.
Yes. And here's the thing. We're talking about the generation. It's for all generations, right? Because I even saw, who is the comedian? I see her. She's got short, natural, like white, like blondish hair.
Wanda Sykes?
No, it's not Wanda Sykes. She's a comedian, but she also did a campaign for Savage Times Fenty. And she's like in her 60s. So it's also age inclusive.
Sure.
Which Victoria's Secret was not. All you see, the Victoria's Secret pink and whatever, that's all like tweens and like people in the early 20s. And I'm like, to me, it's never been appealing to me. I was like, meh. But this has got cool stuff for everybody. Savage Times Fenty has cool stuff for everyone. And it makes you feel part of the conversation. And that's what we want. As humans, we want to be included in the conversation. And what Rihanna has done is said, you know what? Yes, sis, I'm talking to you. Come into the conversation. Mm-hmm. If that's not a way to get people to open their wallets, I don't know what is.
Absolutely.
And this is why she is a billionaire today, because she sees the need and she speaks to the need. Victoria's Secret built their persona off of people wanting to be like them. Rihanna has built it off of what people actually are.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's good stuff.
Terry Johnson, Lunel. Yes, thank you, Terry Johnson. The comedian Lunel did a campaign with Savage Times Fenty. And Lunel is like 60 or in her 60s. Mm-hmm. Now, that doesn't mean that somebody in their 60s cannot be fly. Look at Terry Crook.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you can be fly. But the common convention for certain companies is not to put these women on display. And so Rihanna, again, we could all learn. I'm waiting for her master class. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Let's see. Vicky's is not inclusive at all. Boo to them. Absolutely. And if you're listening, Victoria's Secret, it's really too late for you. So I would figure out something else that you're going to do in your retirement years because it's too late for you. People now, and here's the thing, we like slick. We like cool, right? That's what people buy off of. And there's another thing I heard that somebody told me that. Remember, guys, Fashion Fair Cosmetics that Ebony Magazine used to do?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they did the fashion shows, Ebony Fashion Fair. Well, they're trying to reprise or reprise Ebony Fashion Fair Cosmetics or Fashion Fair Cosmetics. So I said this is very interesting because in a world where women are buying and men are buying MAC, are buying NARS, are buying Fenty, where do you fit in when you have like the old school downtown brown colors and stuff?
Right.
And you're packaging it. We like sleek and cool. Sometimes the product is secondary to the persona of what this product says. You pull it out of your purse and it's like, oh, this looks cool. All right, this doesn't look very cool, but okay, this is a brand. It's fine for me. This is what I have on today over my lipstick. So you pull this out, it looks okay, but it's got this lucite top. It's sleekness, right? Where it almost disappears. This is what people are looking for, the sleek, the cool. If you're going to have these old school looking containers with the scratched up gold top, we're not here for that. So yeah. I want people to win, but I'm wondering what their plan is to win. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say it just goes back to being inclusive, making sure that everyone else is part of that bigger picture, if you will.
Absolutely. And Jawaru says this, from what he remembers, industries and others said Fenty would fail. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was the word on the street because, when we're talking about beauty, the beauty industry is hard. It is very, just like fashion is hard. They are notoriously difficult to crack. But what they underestimated her because everybody else was not speaking to women of diverse backgrounds.
Right.
Women of diverse body sizes. She was. And so they stupidly underestimated the fact. Do you know how much we spend on hair and makeup and things? Women in general, but not to talk of that, but women of color especially. Please, Rihanna, keep getting your coins. We will support you. So congrats to you. And we spent all this time on the first story, but that's okay. We're going to move off of Rihanna and go on to the next one. Could I have number 2, please? All right. Speaking of women doing their thing in the industry, Reese Witherspoon has a production company called Hello Sunshine. It is going to be sold to Blackstone-backed media company headed by former Disney executives Kevin Mayer and Tom Staggs. And this acquisition is actually going to help create a new company that is focused on creating content for Hollywood streaming era. Thank you for understanding and realizing that we are now in the streaming era. Hollywood was not trying to hear it. Too damn bad we are. Right. Can I tell you how much this sale is valued at? How much she sold the majority stake for?
Please do.
$900 million.
That's worth that.
Gold. It's worth ice cubes and more.
Right.
Ice cubes and more. Several ice cubes. $900 million. So this is according to CNBC that they said people familiar with the matter and the transaction said that it's going to be valued at about $900 million. I'm like, Wow. So what's going to happen is Witherspoon and the Hello Sunshine CEO, Sarah Hardin, are going to continue to oversee the day-to-day operations. And they will also join the board of this new yet to be named company. This is what they say. Our platform will foster a uniquely creator-friendly culture that gives elite talent the resources they need to create and capitalize on their best, most inventive work. We look forward to backing Reese, Sarah, and their world-class team as they continue to produce and identify dynamic, engaging content for years to come. That is code for we are going to YouTube. We are looking on Instagram. We are looking on TikTok for talent to produce fresh content. To me, that's code for that. Go ahead.
You know what? I'm thinking in the next maybe a few years, this whole digital space is just going to really flip the script for Hollywood. Hollywood is going to be scrambling to still trying to, get your feet wet with this. But people like Reese Witherspoon, Rihanna, and so many other women who are doing their thing, they're really going to flip the script on Hollywood, because Hollywood is trying to, as you've said so many times, they're trying to do this in a traditional way, or like a Victoria's Secret. We want to only cater to this exclusive market, rich white women.
Right. Well, exactly. And you know what? It's not even rich necessarily. I would, because that's the luxury goods market that we're talking about. Rich. We're talking about the mainstream, and traditionally the mainstream has meant non-melanated women, and
Sure.
that also means like Gen Z, that they're looking at Gen Z, lower end of millennials, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, because and this is interesting because I saw a TikTok the other day that did this. And there is a creator on TikTok who I love to follow. She is a Gen Xer, and she has this like broody kind of, remember the cartoon Daria? I don't know if you do, but it was on Daria was on MTV, I think. And she is like a Daria, she's just kind of like a moody, like Gen Xer, kind of gothish dressing, alternative music listening person. And it's just like, I don't give a damn about anything. And that's basically kind of the mantra about Gen X, because we're like this forgotten generation. So anyway, she's got this moody thing going on TikTok, and I love her, and I can't remember her name, but she actually has taken the point of putting creators of color out there that are, because she shared this because there was a creator of color that said, I love all things Gen X, but can we get some diversity in it? Because when you Google Gen X, it's one type of person that comes up. And she said, as much as I love to talk about Heathers, I would also love to talk about school days. And that's not something that we generally hear. So there needs to be more diversity in terms of that as well. We don't think about these things. I didn't think about that when I was like, wow, I didn't think about that. So very interesting. We've got a streaming special for those of you who are interested. The streaming salad special, $3 off tonight. Go on and get your salad. Get that healthy crunch in. Jawaru Gambian says, when Fashion Fair was the only game in town, many friends said it cost too much. I later learned it wasn't costly. It just wasn't for them. Yeah, they had an older, see, again, they came out too when Gen X they had been around for a while, but then when it was time for Gen X to start wearing makeup and stuff, they were catering to like an older crowd. We're like, we don't want to wear that. We want something that's kind of young and fresh and hip. And they missed the boat with us. They missed the boat. And that's when in stepped Mac, in stepped a lot of these other brands that were like sleek and hip. I'm just saying. So anyway, Tish Roach is digging your ice cubes, MC.
Oh, thanks, Tish.
Serena say, go ahead, Reese. I say that too. And Patricia Murray is here. You are never late on MediaScope. I'm just telling you. You can never enter MediaScope late. I'm just letting you know. So welcome once again, folks. If you're just joining us, this is MediaScope, media tech and pop culture news every week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. On Facebook Live, what's up? On LinkedIn Live, how you doing? On YouTube, we're glad you're here. Also, WJMSradio.com, hello. And to Gospel 107.1 FM, blessings.
Yes.
Wait, I have to do the blessings. Good to see you. Good to see you. We really appreciate you all being here. All right. All right. So let's keep going with this. Congrats to Reese Witherspoon and who women in Hollywood are just starting to clean up. There needs to be more, but they're starting to clean up and make some money. So good for you. So you can read more about that on CNBC. Let's move on. Could I have number 3, please? Let's talk the movies and Suicide Squad. I don't know how many of you are planning to head to the movies to see this, to the theater to see it, or if you're going to watch it on HBO Max, because it will be released simultaneously on HBO Max and in theaters the same day. They're planning to storm the domestic box office, and they are on track to generate more than $30 million in the opening weekend, which is this weekend. So it's the only new movie that is debuting nationwide, right? So they're not going to have a lot of competition in North America. And I don't know if who of you, like especially in the Caribbean, let me know if you're planning to watch Suicide Squad via HBO Max. I think it's available to you all over there. If you're planning to do it HBO Max, or if you're going to the theaters, let me know because I'm interested in knowing. So some box office experts are suggesting that the inaugural ticket sales above 30 million is a modest estimate, and they're predicting that revenues could surpass 40 million in the first 3 days of its release. So that's not a bad start for a movie in the pandemic, because we still are in a pandemic, people, but it's a soft debut for a film with a production budget of 180 million.
Wow.
So arguably they started shooting this well ahead of time. I don't know when they went into production. I'm guessing it had to have been sometime last year. Maybe it was at the beginning. Remember, the beginning of last year, January, February, we were not dealing with the pandemic here. It was probably here, but we weren't dealing with mass numbers here. At least we didn't know. So maybe that's when they started production. My thing is, and I want to know this from you all. And MC, let me know what you think. Are the days of the $200 million budget for movies, are those over? Are we done with that? Let me know. I want to know from you all too.
I kind of think we are, because I think that, even for the work that we've been doing, I know it's nothing even remotely close, but I think initially you start off with a lot of gear. You start off with a lot of product, but then as you've been doing this for a while, you can say, wait a minute, I don't need a mixer. I don't need this. I don't need this. And I can kind of you just kind of fine tune some things, or if you will, kind of scale down, and you can find out that you can do really the work of maybe 10 people with 2 people for the equipment that you're using.
Absolutely. I think you can scale back. We have been in a media world where it is specialized. So you have a sound person, you have a person running the camera, you have a person that does the editing and the coloring afterwards, you have a production manager or set manager, you have the director, you have all these different roles on a set. And I'm not saying you don't need them. I think it goes smoother when you have a lot of people, but that also ups the budget. Sure. That, and we're in a world now where I don't know that we're going to go back to those multi-million budget movies, because if this is what we can expect, that we're only going to net 30 to 40 million, even outside of the pandemic, I can tell you that line managers, who are the people who deal with the budgets on sets, and production managers in TV, they're going to take a hard look at how much they're spending, and they're like, we got to scale this back. That means everybody has to be satisfied with less. Can we do that? Go ahead.
But no, I'm thinking is that it's like we've been put to the test, and in the midst of that test, we're finding out that, hey, we actually can shoot really good movies for a budget that's 180,000 as opposed to 250 million.
We really can, but we've gotten used to a world where media garners a lot of money. Right. We're talking millions here. Are we willing to go to where this just becomes, quote, like a regular job? For a lot of people who work in the industry, we're thinking, when we think of people work in the industry, we're thinking of executives, and we're also thinking of actors, and some of them that make millions. We're not thinking about the camera people. We're not thinking about all the crew. They're not millionaires. They're not millionaires. So we're, for a lot of people, this is already just a job, but the operative thing is, are executives going to be willing to take less for this? The reason some of these things had to be, people had to be paid, are executives, are people going to be willing to take less? Should they have to take less? No, but we're in a world where people are not going to be willing to spend as much, and you're not going to make as much. So I think we have to use, as my mother says, let's use a little bit of common sense here. Patricia Burry, thank you for saying the lower thirds look great. We work hard to bring you good production value here. See? And we are not $180 million production.
Right.
It can be done. Anyway, let's keep going. So Suicide Squad is coming to a theater and to an HBO Max near you. I am a Marvel girl. I am not a big DC fan, so I did not see the first Suicide Squad because I really did not have a desire for it. I don't know if you're Marvel or DC, MC. Or do you not care about Marvel? Okay. So yeah, I'm diehard Marvel. That doesn't mean I won't watch a DC film, but I'm not going to scramble to go see it either. So it is happening. Check that out. All right. Could I have photo 4? Go ahead and clink your ice cubes because I know you were waiting for this story.
Oh yeah. I was. And I'm gonna sit too.
Oh, nothing is sacred, and this is probably why we don't have the millions and billionaire, because we've upset the social media gods with this. Monique, I guess you bonnet shaming people has really paid off, because, ladies and gentlemen, Monique has struck a deal with Endemol Shine North America, which is a huge production company, for those of you who don't know, to develop unscripted projects. Finally, your complaining has paid off, Monique. Finally, your bonnet shaming has paid off. She is developing a range of unscripted projects after she struck this deal, and the deal is reuniting the actress with the actress and comedian with Chris Abrego, who is now the chairman of the Americas and president and CEO of Endemol Shine Holdings. And he is the one that cast Monique in Charm School 15 years ago when he was running 51 Minds, which is a production company that did Charm School. So now she's going to produce shows through Hicks Media, which is the production company that she and her husband own, who is also her manager. We won't go into that, but yeah, we'll leave that one alone there. But the plan is to create and produce series for her to host and star in, as well as to produce for other performers. And I said this on IG. Yeah, that is the smartest thing in the world to do. If you wait as an actor or as a musician for projects to be created for you and for them to come to you, you shall be waiting donkey's years. This is why so many people, when they say, I'm going to start to produce or I'm going to start to direct, they have projects that they can also be in. Because after a time, unfortunately, you expire in the eyes of Hollywood. And your managers and your publicists and etc. will be sitting there trying to get you stuff, and you know you're great, but they don't recognize. So that's when you need to get your little coins together and get with people so that you can produce projects for other people to be in, plus yourself. Good for you, Monique.
So do you think that do you think that Hollywood blacklisted her?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely did. After the whole thing with Empire, remember how she was originally the whole thing with Empire? Yes. I think, and when she opened her mouth also about the Netflix deal being undercut or underpaid at Netflix, it's not that she said it, it's the way that it was said, I think they objected to. And so I absolutely think, and I also think, unfortunately, when you get an Oscar, remember she won an Oscar for Precious, where is the pinnacle after that? You've reached the pinnacle.
Right, absolutely.
And so the only place for you to do B is either stay where you are or slide backwards. So there's almost like this Oscars curse sometimes that actors are afflicted with.
But do you think that Hollywood actually seen her as that idea of an actress, or their image of an actress, if you will, as being a black woman, being that well, wait a minute, someone else actually could have won this, but she doesn't really fit that script, so to speak.
Okay, let me say, I don't think it just has to do with her being a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is many actors in general, that you get typecast into the types of things you can do, and that's what they think you can do, and that's all you ever end up doing, unless you get. And this is why so many actors will go out on a limb and do a role that is totally unlike what they normally do, so that they can have a chance to play and be something else. Right. So I don't think it's just with that. Obviously, that has a role. Let's not be stupid. That has something to do with it, but it's not just that. This is the affliction of many actors, that you do the same type of thing and you become typecast, right? And this is what they want you for. That you always play the mom, huh?
What else did she play?
She was the mother in the Parkers. But she's a comedian. So here's the thing. She started off as a stand-up comedian, right? So she started off as a stand-up comedian and then transitioned into acting. And this is the case with a lot of stand-up comedians, right? They transition into acting. So maybe their resume or their IMDb page is not as long as someone who intentionally started off acting, right? Some people act and they also are comedians at the same time. It just really depends. So, I don't think it's just a thing of who she is. I don't know what else she's done other movies, but they've all been comedy centered.
Right.
With the exception of Precious and what was the other thing she was in? Bessie. Okay, with the exception of those.
So
anyway,
she essentially acted herself out of her job.
I don't know if that's the case.
Okay,
that's the views expressed by MC Curtis, not the views necessarily of MediaScope. That's him. Don't come for me. That's him.
She was too good. She was just too good.
Too late. You were just too late. We'll go to the room in a minute. Let's keep going. Could I have photo 5, please? Let's talk a little bit about Gordon Ramsay. We're talking more in the television space. He has launched a culinary and lifestyle-focused production company with Fox. So you'll know him as the master chef from Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, etc. He's a little brash and a lot of yelling. You don't feel good after he's done with you. But he's been on Fox for forever, right? So he has struck this deal with Fox Entertainment to bring more kitchen-related programming to the Fox Broadcast Network, to Tubi, which is its streaming sister service, and other platforms around the world with the launch of their joint venture called Studio Ramsay Global. So other media giants were also pursuing him as well, not just Fox. So remember, Fox is home to MasterChef, to MasterChef's Junior, to Hell's Kitchen, and Next Level Chef. Those are all his things. So, but they won the bidding war. Isn't it nice to be wanted where people are bidding over you, warring over you? Good for you, Gordon Ramsay. I can't even hate. So they won the bidding wars and they got him. So the new company is going to be it's headquartered both in London and in Los Angeles, and it's going to own and serve as the exclusive production home for all new series featuring and or produced by Gordon Ramsay, according to Studio Ramsay Global. Good for you, Gordon Ramsay. All right, so that's what's happening on that end. I can't do anything but clap for all these people making these things, because
absolutely.
Because again, one day it will be us. So our time will come. Let's go to, I'm going to skip around because we are really close to time. And we spent a lot of time talking about Rihanna, but I think it was needed. So let's hop over to, could I have photo 7, please? Let's talk a little bit about the Grammys. So, that is one of the biggest nights of the year for those in the music industries. And they are implementing an inclusion rider to boost diversity for the 2022 award ceremony. They have partnered with Color of Change and the hashtag Change the Music campaign to address the 2022 Grammys. And they announced this just today. It's going to be a rider or a section in, for production on the 2022 Grammy Awards telecast to ensure that the production staff and on the ceremony will be diverse at all levels of the show's production. Because we talk about in front of the camera a lot, but what we don't realize is when you go on set, you don't see a lot of diversity. And I'm not just talking about ethnicity. I'm talking about all sorts of diversity. That's women, people with disabilities, people from different backgrounds, etc. You don't see that, and they need to do better. There's a lot of money is made in this field, and you are leaving people out when you don't include them. So the inclusion rider generally offers provisions to ensure that a film or TV production's hiring of a cast and crew will be equal and diverse and draw from a wider pool. And it's in development now between the Recording Academy, as I said, and Color of Change. So good for you. What I don't do is congratulate people for doing what the hell they should have done in the first place. That's what we don't do. I'm African. We don't celebrate you for getting good grades because that's the only job you had. That's what you should have done.
Right.
I got a 99. Why not 100? So we're not celebrating what you should have done.
Right.
All I will say is it should have been happening. I'm glad it's happening now, but you should have been doing it. It took the Color of Change to come in and say this needs to happen. I'm sorry. Should I celebrate? I can't. Anyway, let's go to the room really quickly because we're at 7:01. I really want us to be done by like 7:06. Okay, so I'm going to head through. So Sarita Wills says, Monique said she's going to meet you at the curb to UMC next week with her earrings off for that last comment. Monique, that was not me. That's him. The views expressed. Terry also says this is why you see some actors do a 189 with their roles. Wait, 189? You need to explain that to me.
Or is that 189 roles?
Oh, to do 100?
No,
maybe 189 roles. Yeah, maybe that's what you mean.
Maybe it's just like a turnaround or something.
Or 180 turnaround, 189.
Yeah,
you could explain what you mean. We think we know what you mean, but we'll let you explain that one, Sister Sledge. Yes, Monique is typecast as a sassy black woman.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that's the thing. That is a stereotype. That is a type of typecasting. Yes, there are other type, and that's what she's fallen into. Serena Wills said that she had her own show at one point. She did, remember, and that's when during the course of that show she won Precious. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't think it resonated well with a lot of the audience. Not everyone can be a talk show host. Right. And I think this is what there are some people that are great, and that's what they're called to do. But simply because you're Oscar nominated, simply because you're hot in Hollywood, that doesn't mean you can be a talk show host. Can you engage the audience? Do you ask the good hitting questions? Or does somebody else come up with your rubbish questions? So I don't think, and the thing is, I think for me, she tried too hard. And if she was just Monique, I think it would have been better.
Yeah, I think her advice would be likened to like getting advice from a grandmother, No, baby, just put some ice on it and sleep for 2 hours or something. Put an ice pack on it or something.
Go on to sleep. Turn off all the lights and be still. Shh, be quiet. Like during a storm.
Right.
Like, why can't you talk during a storm? I understand turn off all the lights and be quiet.
See, that's why your leg is hurting. That's why you're in pain. You don't know how to be still.
Oh, Cheryl Ferguson is here. What's up, Cheryl? Thank you so much for being here. She says, hey all to you. All right, let's keep going. I do want to get some tech stories in. So that's what's happening. I cannot celebrate you when you should have been doing that. Can we go to some of these other stories I will put in my timeline on my various different social media? So just look for that. Could we go to photo 9, please? Let's talk a little bit about YouTube. All right. If you're a YouTube creator, you can now get up to $10,000 per month for making shorts. Now, if you know, YouTube shorts are like TikToks, they're like Instagram Reels, short form video, vertical video that replays, right? It replays over and over. So now they're going to pay creators up to $10,000 a month for making popular videos on YouTube, popular short form videos on YouTube. And it is actually the Shorts Fund. They have a fund, a $100 million fund that will do this. So they're planning to do this throughout the next year. So get your chops together with the first payments going out this month. So that could mean a whole lot of cash for creators, but payouts are not guaranteed. So don't buy that new house just yet. Okay. So the popularity that's needed to earn money will depend on how many people are making or watching your shorts each month. And the payouts also depend on where each creator's audience is located. That seems really arbitrary to me, but this is according to The Verge. And you can also find the information on YouTube itself. If you go to YouTube, they have the blog, they have this information there. So they're also requiring that these be original videos. This means you cannot repurpose TikToks, Snapchats, or Reels. That is going to disqualify you with watermarks on them. That's going to disqualify you for payments. Right now, they're only available in 10 regions, including UK, the US, India, and Brazil, among others. But they're planning on expanding that list in the, quote, future. We don't know what that means or if ever. Okay. So basically, traditionally, creators get paid off of ads that run in front of their videos, but you don't even have to have a monetized channel to get money from shorts, which is the cool thing. What's going to happen is after that money runs out, it's going to be replaced with a long-term, quote, long-term scalable monetization program, according to Neil Mohan, who is YouTube's chief product officer. And this is according to The Verge. So get your content together. Content is king and queen. We already know this. Let's do this, people. All right, let's keep going. It's 7:06, but I think, you know what? Let's get two more stories in. Three. Okay. Can I have photo 15, please? I don't even know if we can get to this, but let's try. All right. So, FU Pay Me is the new glass door that's out brands to pay with that are outing brands that are trying to pay you with exposure. So there are a lot of influencers now, right? And all these brands are trying to usurp your audience, right? They want their brand in front of your eyes. That's why they care so much about number of followers. That's why they care so much about engagement. Well, they're more about number of followers, but it's starting to change where they're thinking about engagement. So this new platform is called FYPM, which stands for FU Pay Me, which I don't know if that's the best name, but it is what it is. Right. But they want to help content creators negotiate better deals with brands. And so they're giving insight. You know what? Before I continue, give me the can you give me the intro for the tech? Because this is a tech story. Let's go. I had to do it. FYPM, again, is trying to help you negotiate better content deals and give you insights into which brands you might want to avoid working with. So it was set up by an equity analyst, Lindsay Lugren, I think, and Isha Mehra, who is a former Facebook data scientist. So according to the New York Times, they're trying to bridge that gap between influencers and the brands, giving content creators more power and information to negotiate their fees for sponsored content. It's similar to Glassdoor, right? Glassdoor is where employees can review companies they've worked for. All right. So you can review brands that you've had relationships with. So it came to the Lugren because of personal experiences where she was offered an opportunity to appear in a Mark by Marc Jacobs advertisement campaign. They gave her $1,000, but she was seeing her images on billboards around town and advertisements around the internet. So they made well over that. So they gave her a measly 1,000, and they used her picture to infinity and beyond. So this is where this came from. I think it's a good thing, actually, because this is a new era of business, right? Where you've got social media influencers and they're not used to doing business like this. So you need someone who's going to be in your corner to say, all right, you're putting in work, a lot of work, despite what people think, it's a lot of work. So you need to be compensated for it, right? All this we do, this is a lot of work. So you need to be compensated for it. So don't let some brand come in and say, oh, well, you get a lot of exposure. Take your exposure and make stone soup.
Right.
Okay, so that's what this app is for. It's available in the App Store, I believe, and on the Play Store. So check it out if you're an influencer. This could be good for you. All right, let's do one more 7:10. I'm sorry I've gone so long, but it is what it is. One more. We have to do a final story. Could I have the final one, photo 19, please? Kentucky Fried Chicken, you never fail to provide me with hours of entertainment. So this is not really a what the hell is this? This is kind of like, oh, really? So today on What the Hell Is This is, oh, really? KFC is opening a House of Harland hotel with chicken concierge service. This is in the UK. So if you live in Shoreditch in the UK, get ready because KFC is opening a fried chicken themed hotel in that city. It's going to be called the House of Harland, as I said, and it gets its name from KFC founder Colonel Sanders, whose real name was Harland David Sanders. So according to Design Taxi, it's a pop-up hotel that will be open for 11 consecutive nights from August 18th. It's a nod to the 11 herbs and spices that KFC uses in its recipes. And yes, everything is going to be chicken themed. There's fried chicken decor. Let's get photo 19A, please. There's chick flicks in the cinema room. There's a KFC hot winger arcade game. And the best part is a press for chicken concierge service. Guests will also ride in a black Cadillac aptly named the Colonel Mobile on the way to the hotel. And once you arrive, a chicken clerk, not check-in, but chick-in clerk, will be there to show visitors to their rooms and assist them with anything they need. Chicken-scented perfume.
Hey, you know what? I'm wondering if the blankets are like chicken skins. Like simulated chicken skin.
Well, you would love that, wouldn't you? Taste of home for you.
So you could like take the chicken off of a thigh or something, and then you can just kind of wrap your.
Where do you come up with this stuff, MC? I just need to know. What thought process do you employ to say, you know what, chicken skin blankets? Where did that come from?
I don't know. I mean, like cowhide. I'm thinking like cowhide or something like that. So rather than cowhide, it's chicken skin.
There's a reason they use cows for leather, not chickens. That would feel like covering up with fat.
I mean, it's simulated, so.
It would still feel like fat, simulated or not. Cheryl Roche said chicken skin, but I don't know where he comes up with this. This is not my doing.
I think it's a good idea.
He said that somehow sounded really inappropriate. Patricia Murray, where is your mind going? Also, Tish Roach says, KFC, I'm done. Done like their chicken. Absolutely. Serena Wills also finds this humorous. Anyway, yeah, chicken skin blankets. Let's say that again. Chicken skin blankets.
Well, it wasn't meant to sound inappropriate. I just didn't. Okay, it's just like You take the skin off of a chicken, you make blankets with it, simulated blankets.
No, she's just joking, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it still sounded weird.
It did. It actually did. So I apologize.
You really don't apologize. He really does not care. Anyway, here we go. Folks, thank you so much for hanging around 14 extra minutes with us. I just had to get some of these stories in, and there was so much going on in the world of media, tech, and pop culture. You all absolutely rock for being here. Once again, I have to say thank you for everybody who watched and who joined on air for last week's 6th year anniversary of MediaScope. It was epic and amazing, and so glad that you all were able to celebrate with us. MC, any final words?
Great show.
You and your chicken skins. Love you for watching. Bid you adieu. You guys, MC Curtis, the Ice Cubes, the chicken skins, and this KFC hotel. Perhaps we should all exit stage left. I will see you next week. Cheers.
Yeah, Close the doors, walk across the corridor. We got something to show you. Media is our repertoire. Fed up with the same news, no channel to use. Cruise control mentalities, here we offer you. We gon' show you a new way.